My guess is you came to this video because you want to get better. More importantly, you want to get more done. And when I talk about get more done, I mean you want to lease more apartments. You want to be more successful in business. My other guess is when it comes to email, the jury may be out with you. You may be a little bit, let's say, suspicious of email. You may even be asking yourself, hey, is email dead? Or you may be full on convinced, I'm sure email is dead. I just want to see what he has to say on this video. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, email is not dead. My name is Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Leasing University. Leasing University is the #1 training for property managers, for leasing agents, for leasing consultants in the world. I know a thing or two about closing the deal, and I'm going to tell you right now, email is not dead, even though we are doing everything in our power, it seems like, to try and kill it. What do I mean by that? We have the wrong practices in place with email. We have the wrong thought process. Our emails have the wrong titles. There's the wrong format in there. There is so much wrong with our emails today. It's no wonder our prospects are not reading them. Well, I want to coach you right now. I'm going to give you, how many tips do I have? I'm going to give you 14 tips. 14 tips on how to improve your emails so that your prospect will read the email. Email is not dead, and it is a great tool. One of many tools. It's not the only tool, but it's one of many tools that you have in your arsenal, at your disposal to help you close the deal. All right, so let me read through these 14 tips. I know they're going to help you. Tip number 1, to get more responses, I want you to write your emails so that a 3rd grader could read them. What? This makes so much sense. Why do you think text messaging is so popular today? Why do you think people like to communicate through their chat platforms, through their social platforms? It's because we use language that everybody can understand and everybody can read. Yet when it comes to our emails to our prospects, suddenly we turn into this egghead, a bunch of 5-syllable words, and oftentimes we're just dropping in these templates that are full of gobbledygook that makes it difficult to read. Write your email as if a 3rd grader could read it, and guess what? People will be more likely to read it because you're asking them to do a lot less work in reading that email. Tip number 2, I want you to keep your subject line under 7 words, okay? It's a no-brainer. A lot of times we put so much in our subject line, and if it's over 7 words is the max that will show up on people's phones. So when you're sending emails out and the subject is some snippet of a sentence that doesn't make any sense, it's no wonder why they're not opening that email. It's no wonder why they're not reading your email. Keep your subject under 7 words, and you will see that almost double your prospects will open the email. When the full subject is not visible to them, 50% of your prospects will not even open the email. All right, so if these tips are starting to help, I want to remind you, if you work at all in property management, if you work at all in leasing, please subscribe to this channel. I'm telling you to subscribe, but we all know subscribing doesn't mean much anymore at all. You have to hit the notifications. If you just subscribe, well, you're not going to know when we put out these videos to help you get better, to help you get more done. So go ahead, hit subscribe, and hit the notifications. I'll wait. No, I'm just kidding. We won't wait. Go ahead and hit subscribe and hit notifications though. All right, tip number 3. Don't use RE. It sounds so weird, it's hard for me to even say it to you, but don't use that little RE. Regarding the apartment you just looked at, RE, that is back to that gobbledygook, back to that nonsense, back to why no one reads your emails. It's garbage like that in your subject line for regarding this, and even if it's a reply, change the subject. So many times I see emails where it's a thread of 9 or 10 emails, right? And now we're talking about the appliances in the kitchen, and it's still got the little RE in the subject line, and the subject line is following up on your tour you took yesterday. And by the way, this is a thread that's 7 days old, and there's 14 emails. If you're now talking about the appliances and the fact that they're stainless steel, change the subject from following up on your tour to stainless steel appliances. You don't have to keep communicating in this same thread. Make that subject very, very easy for your prospect to figure out. All right. Tip number 4, if you're trying to re-engage your prospect who's gone dark, please don't do this. Don't guilt trip them in the email. Hey, I'm just wondering why you haven't responded. I've sent you 7 emails. Listen, they will respond when it's convenient for them to respond, not when it's convenient for you to get a response. The worst thing you can ever do, and this also applies to your follow-up conversations via phone, is to try and guilt trip your prospects into responding to you. It's only going to block their willingness to respond to you, and it's going to be a really big turnoff for them. Tip number 5. You've probably noticed yourself that words like just checking in and just following up in emails no longer get responses. So don't put that in there, all right? I want you to include a reason that you're reaching out. Be very clear and have a call to action. Hey, the reason why I'm reaching out is you had mentioned you had some questions about middle schools. I went ahead and did some research. There's 3 middle schools in the area. I've got all the names and all the information. Please call me here at the leasing office. Notice I didn't include all of the information about the middle schools. I just let them know, hey, I'm emailing you because you had asked about middle schools. I have all the information. Please call me here at the leasing office. Don't send them any, I'm just checking in to see if you still want the apartment. I'm just following up to see if you haven't leased anything yet. Take time out. Give them some great information. Have a call to action. You're going to find that they're going to read your emails and they're going to respond. All right? Tip number 6, and I just got one of these yesterday. Dustin, my man, you know who you are. So somebody wanted to reach out to me that it's an owner and a developer. Guess what he sent me? A video. He's literally there on his phone. Hey, Matt, I need some help. We need 7 leases. Give me a call. I got a video from him. Do you think I opened that up? Absolutely. How long do you think it took me to respond to him? I was actually doing a Leasing University live event. I stepped out, went into the bathroom, gave him a call. Next break we had a more formal conversation. But seeing that video, I was like, I got to call this guy back right now. Don't be afraid to use those selfie videos. By the way, he didn't have professional lighting. He didn't have a videographer. He held his phone and said, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of you. Worked dynamite. It was amazing. Tip number 7. Send preemptive next step calendar invites. What do I mean by this? So somebody's looked at the apartment. They say, listen, my wife, I really need to have my wife look at the apartment before we finish up the lease. She's working during the day. I know she's getting off early at 4 o'clock on Friday. Just go ahead and send an email and say, I've set an appointment. She said she's getting off at 4 o'clock. Thing is, I put an hour in there for you guys to get to the leasing office. I went ahead and sent you an invite for 5 p.m. Friday for the 3 of us to get together here at the leasing office. If that time doesn't work, please send me a different time. Otherwise, just go ahead and accept the invite. Stop sending these emails with no solid next step. That's the reason why you're not getting any solid next steps. So just go ahead and assume what's a great time and send a calendar invite. You're going to be amazed. They're going to open the email and they're going to accept your invite. Why? They don't want to take the time to be like, oh, that doesn't work for me, and go back and forth with 14 different emails trying to figure out a good time. All right. Tip number 8, along those same lines. Always include a link to your calendar to avoid that annoying back and forth. If this time doesn't work for me, that time doesn't work for you. If you don't have a linkable calendar, please get one. It's so easy. You can go to Calendly. They didn't pay me for saying that. I don't even know if I said it right. I use that. It's great. I love it. They don't pay me to say that. There's a lot of different programs out there that have links where somebody can log into your calendar and book a time. Do that. You're going to find that they're reading your email a lot more, and you're going to find that they're taking action a lot more. All right. Tip number 9, and this is huge. It's going to make you millions of dollars over the course of your career. I guarantee it. Once you get off the phone with someone, send a follow-up email ASAP. All right, you may be saying to yourself, email is dead. Get their email when you're on the phone with them. Listen, people still have emails. Send them a follow-up email ASAP. People are blown away at how fast I get them an email as soon as they get off the phone with them. It solidifies everything in their brain. It helps them remember the conversation. Does it have to be a 4-page email? Absolutely not. This should be a 1, 2, or 3-sentence email, but they should receive it immediately after you get off the phone with them. That way, your email's not slipping through the cracks. They're going to open it if they just got off the phone with you and ching, their inbox rings and they see an email from you. They're going to open it and they're going to take action on this. Listen, if you want more tips like this, if you want the really good stuff, if you want to lease apartments, we're going to train you how to lease 7 times more apartments than everyone else in the industry at leasinguniversity.com. All right. You can log into leasinguniversity.com and you can start your virtual training with me right now from your phone. You can get started right now at leasinguniversity.com, or I or one of our trainers can fly out and work with your people in a live training event. You pick what's best for you. Either one of those 2 solutions, you will close 7 times more leases than the rest of the industry. So check out leasinguniversity.com. All right. Tip number 10. If you're using templates, and when I say templates, I don't mean those things from marketing 10 years ago. I don't mean those things that if your regional catches you using, you're going to get, well, actually your regional will not smack you because we can't smack people anymore. It's kind of a shame. But you're going to get, your regional's going to give you a look that's going to feel like a smack in the back of the head. If you're using one of these templates that we started 10 years ago and then we added this to it and then we added this to it and then it's got the floor plans and it's this long thing that looks kind of like the phone book printed out, and here's this and we have a dog park, don't even know if you have a dog, and it's everything about your community in a template. Please throw those all out. Get rid of those templates. What I want you to create is I want you to create your own personal templates for following up from a tour, following up from a call. These templates should be 2, 5, 4, just a few sentences, all right? And paragraphs should look more like sentences in blocks. If you've got an email from me and you know what I'm talking about here, comment below. My emails are short, they're succinct, they're to the point. Current situation, what you need, next steps, boom, let's rock and roll, baby. People open my emails, they read them, and they respond because I'm not asking them to read some templated book report from 1982 that has everything to know about the property. So when you're using those templates, I also want you to track their success, because that way, if you start to notice there's a template that you're using after people take a tour that gets them to pick up the phone and call you, I want you to double and triple down on that template. If there's another template that you're using after somebody takes a tour and nobody's ever called you back, I want you to throw that template out the window, okay? Don't use it anymore. You can't track and you can't get better unless you're tracking and getting better, all right? You have to have these templates and you have to monitor their success. All right, tip number 11. Don't use funky formatting or special fonts. I don't care about the cursive, the wingdings and all of that. Keep it simple. Keep it so somebody that's 90 years old with cataracts can read the email. You don't have to have a bunch of colors in there, maybe one color to highlight something, and keep your font simple. All right, moving right along. I know these are going to help you. Tip number 12, and this is huge. And if you're not doing this, you're just being lazy. And actually, you're causing yourself to do a lot more work. This is one of these areas where being lazy actually causes you to have to do more work. The people that are kicking back and doing nothing take the extra time to do this little thing, and that is personalizing your email. Okay? If you're just sending an email out and there's no personalization in it, that's being lazy. And you might as well have done nothing, because it's not personalized, it's not unique, you're not being a professional. So never send an email without personalizing at least 2 things about the prospect, okay? And the prospect's name and the bedrooms in the apartment that they want. You know, hey Mike, know you wanted a 2-bedroom apartment. That's not personal. Hey Mike, was thinking about you because I know you're moving to the area from Chicago. Must be exciting. That's personal, okay? So their name and how many bedrooms they want doesn't count. Learn something about that prospect. If you're having trouble learning things about your prospect on the phone, take the Leasing University phone training. It's so easy and you're gonna be so much better. Tip number 13. Emails that ramble on and tell prospects everything there is to know about the property are not only complete garbage, it makes you seem insecure. When you're sending a 4-page email, it makes it look like you have nothing better to do with your day than write a 4-page email. And prospects, it's a huge, huge turnoff for them. You don't need to write a long email. Think about that logic of why do you love text so much? It's short, it's personalized, it's unique, it's about you, and it's to the point. So have that same logic when you're writing your email. All right, lastly, tip number 14, and y'all are never gonna believe this came out of my mouth. Emojis can actually be cool in emails, all right? So throw a smiley face in there. Throw something, as long as it's applicable, okay? And don't use more than one. You can use 2 if you really wanna be avant-garde, but let's just start with one single emoji in the email. People like that kind of stuff. It's why texting has become so popular, is there's a way to personalize that thing. And again, personalize, it's about them, right? You don't have a templated text message that you send to your friends. Well, maybe you do if you guys go out a lot, I don't know. But the reason why people love text messages is it's personal, it's clear, it's succinct, and oftentimes it's fun. So if you want to throw in a little emoji, be my guest. It's gonna help get your emails read. Sometimes I'll put the emoji right there in the title. Makes you pop, makes you stand out. Listen, I hope these tips are gonna help you. I hope you have subscribed. I hope you've hit the notifications, because believe you me, I care about you. I want you to be successful from the bottom of my heart. The reason why I'm sending these videos out all the time is I want you to get better. All right, so please subscribe to this channel, hit the notifications. I will continue to support you as best I can. Along those same lines, if there's anything at all that you need or a topic that you want me to cover, leave it in the comments section below. My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Leasing University. I hope your next stop is leasinguniversity.com so you can see what we have for you over there. And until the next video, you know what I want you to do. I want you to be great. And I want you to get those leases. I'll see you soon.